Hello everyone. So my name is Zulay and I am the owner of Zulay's Nails. This is gonna be our first podcast ever. I'm kind of nervous, not gonna lie.
And I'm her husband. For those of you that don't know me, I am El Jefe, and I help her out with everything. I'm her little mini assistant.
He just doesn't do nails yet. And this is me,
And this is
Lenny.
Lenny. If you guys don't see him, he's down here sleeping,
He's
which
chilling.
I hope he stays like that the whole time.
Yeah, you guys can ask him questions later on in the future, but not today. And this is Psyduck. He's my squishy. Para que no me vean la lonja.
So this is our first podcast, and bear in mind that this is going to be a trial and error kind of thing. We haven't never done this before. Super new to us, so we're gonna make mistakes. Not everything's gonna be perfect. Um, we're gonna try to learn as we go, and hopefully, get better. Right?
Yeah. Because I'm normally good at talking at the camera and stuff, but like I was telling El Jefe, I'm like, bitch, when the camera's staring at me, I get nervous. I feel like people are actually looking at me, but when I do nails, it's not like that. So I'm sure he's nervous too. Huh?
Well, yeah, I'm nervous. I'm never in front of the camera. I'm always in the back doing everything for her, but never in front of the camera. So, yeah.
All right, let's get
Plus, I,
started.
I really don't like my voice on camera or on video. It's something I have
It's
to
the
learn to
same
deal
thing in
with.
person or not. You're just gonna get used to it.
Yeah, I have to get used to it.
Okay.
So, we want to start with giving you guys a little bit of a backstory because there's a lot of people that don't know Sulai and Sulai's business, and we want to just bring up to speed those people that don't know her. So she's gonna say a little bit about who she is and what does she do.
I strip. I'm just kidding. I've been doing nails for about 14 years. I'm gonna guesstimate 14 years because that's when I graduated school 15 years ago, bitch. That's a long ass time ago. But anyway, I started playing nails about 14 or 13 years ago because
What do you mean by playing nails?
yeah, like I kind of was interested doing my own nails. Like I started by going to Chinitos and getting my nails done, and then I decorate them like that. Like I didn't really do nails. So anyway, I got my license 13 years ago. Bitch, I can do math in 2014. How long has it been?
2014?
I think so. 2014 or 2013. I can't remember.
We're in 2025, so just the math.
I can't. I'm not good at math like that. So that's when I got my license. And during the time I was going to school, I was going to community college for business management. And um, fast forward, I started doing nails. Right? Is that a good summary or not? More detail?
Well,
I'm
yeah.
not good at giving detail.
Well, yeah, yeah. That's
So pretty much I've been doing nails for 13 years. This year is gonna be 11 that I've been doing it full time, like as a job. Actually, not full time because I'm not full time no more, but like self-employed.
Okay. What about your business? The business side.
Oh,
That's the service side.
okay, yeah. So I've been doing nails for that long, and I started my nail business, like selling my nail products and stuff in 20. I think I opened my store in 2017 or 2018. Can't remember, but I think this is our 8th year. That's a long time. So pretty much when we got married, because this is our 9th year going married, I thought I started it right away, but I was doing the math, like I was going back. I was like, how long have we been in business for? I started it a year later. I think undercover on Snapchat, it was right away. Because that's why I started on Snapchat, slanging bling, you know?
I remember we got married and I was still employed somewhere else. And then you started getting busy and you needed my help more often. And that's when I stopped working out in the workforce and I joined her.
Yeah, because I used to slang bling on Snapchat. I'd be like, who wants to buy 12 pieces of Charoskis or whatever, like just for funsies, because that's actually how I started my store. Like I'll buy a whole pack, and if y'all know Charoskis are expensive, I'll be like, well, I'm gonna keep half until the rest to get my money back so I can buy more. And that's how I got started. I never ever planned to have a store or
I,
nothing like that.
I still remember those days where she'll make me go to McDonald's parking lot, and it was kind of shady, and we'll meet her little supplier, and
Oh yeah,
like,
we were like exchanging drugs and shit,
and she'll
but
be giving us envelopes with bling, and so like we're giving her cash, and I was like, it looks super shady.
like, what the hell? What kind of drug deal is
Anybody
this?
that would see us in the parking lot would be like, "What are you guys doing?"
Yeah, so never in a million years would I have imagined that it would end up like this.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be something small. I remember when you started your website because we go through bigcartel.com. Um, I remember it was just 5 products that you could list.
Hmm.
Now you're over 500 products,
I think like
and
close to a
sometimes
thousand
we have to
products.
delete because 500 is the limit, and sometimes we have to delete some or put some away that
Hmm.
are not seasonal and or not in season, and bring the new things in because she has that many things. And who would have thought that from 5 things she went to like
It'll
500
grow.
plus?
And slow and steady wins the race is key, in my opinion. Just saying,
Yeah,
just in case anybody want to start their own business and stuff, because we are going to be talking a little bit about like business and how it's been and personal life and
yeah. So the point of this podcast also is, so we wanted to do something different because Sulai just does a lot of content with nails, how to do nails, or watching me do nails and stuff like that. But we wanted to mix it up a little bit, and we wanted to show you a little bit of a personal side. And obviously, we're filming from our house. Um,
mhm,
and we wanted to give you guys some advice in the business side, motivation, because, like you said, it didn't come
from one day
one day
to
to
another.
another.
Like, I want to give you guys my knowledge, but El Jefe also has like backstory
I
knowledge. Like, he's smart.
I
He's a
could
smart
talk
one in
I
this
could talk for
relationship.
days,
Yeah.
but
Like, the reason why I'm like, you need to do this with me is because I could tell you one thing, but then he can fucking extend the
explain a little better.
explanation into like depth and shit. Which we should be charging for this. Nah, just kidding. But it's free knowledge. So make sure you
Yeah,
guys come every fucking whenever we do this, because
yeah.
there's a lot of info that's gonna be here and chismecito.
And then a little bit of my backstory. Like I said, I'm her husband. We've been married for, how old is AJ? No, just
He's
kidding.
gonna be 9.
It's because I used my nephew who was born like 3 days
Like,
after
¿cómo
we
que
got
no te acuerdas, cabrón?
3 days after we were married. And I use him as a reference. So like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, he's
because
8,
we're
so
getting
I've been
old.
married for
I
8
have
years.
to be like, bitch, what kind of math are we doing? I forget,
No,
bitch.
yeah, it feels like a little bit of time, but it's been eight
Mm-hmm.
years, and yeah. So I was working outside of this. I was doing at a job somewhere else, and Sulai started getting busy with her store.
But what did you do? Tell us, like, what was
So
your
so I have experience in sales, retail, retail. I was a manager in a warehouse, in a shoe warehouse, and I started from the bottom. I was a sales representative. I was a cashier. I was a head cashier. I was a supervisor. I was an assistant manager, and then I became a manager. So I know um, a little bit about customer service, a little bit about sales, a little bit about uh, promoting, advertisement. I had to do it all: payroll, scheduling, handling employees. But luckily, I don't have to do that here because it's just her and me. Even though our supervisor right here, right? Um, After that, I worked a little bit with my dad, doing like a moving company. So we had to deal with customers face to face. So that was another way I dealt with customer service, and it was a little hectic in that business because sometimes sometimes the customers were a little bit frustrated because you're moving houses. Some of them would move to the other side of the world, and we had to learn how to de-escalate, calm them down, not give them their way specifically, but like we just had to learn how to deal with customers, right?
And we used to work together at Jack in the Box. That's actually how we met.
Mhm.
So we came from fast food industry.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the only customer service I had in my life.
So Jack in the Box is customer service other than food service, like how to prep and everything. I could still I know how to make a decent burger because of Jack in the Box, but
Mhm.
it taught me customer service. It taught me handling cash. It taught me dealing with other employees and working with the teamwork basically,
Mhm.
right? A lot of things. Sulai started with me and Jax, and then she moved on to other things, and then eventually her business. But I feel like I help her out a lot with the retail side because I have a lot of experience in that. Um,
And the
but
organizing.
yeah,
Because one thing that I learned from Jack in the Box was the customer's not always right, honey. They are until a certain point. And it's like, bitch, you're not gonna play me. I
yeah.
know what customers do. They fucking lie.
So I feel like the one thing I do very good for her is the organizing her warehouse. Like I said, I worked in a shoe warehouse and I dealt with merchandise and organizing it and displaying it and putting it and prioritizing it. Like the Jordans here, Nikes here, blah blah, blah, and the cheaper shoes in the back. I help her out a lot with that. So we run our business through our house. We don't have a brick and mortar store, so we do like everything here. So it's a dedicated space, and I try to have it as organized as I can because it's like I'm grabbing the invoice and I'm going looking for an item, and I don't like going like, where was this at? Where did I put this? Like
That'd be me.
I don't remember where like I ended up putting this item. So believe it or not, I have aisles and gel aisle. I have acrylic aisle. I have nail art aisle, and I look at an item and I know where it is, right? So like brings in the new items, and I take them out and I organize it for her. Right? She needs certain things, I grab them for her. Right? I tell her we're running out of this, we're running out of that, right? Because I can see it, and I bring that a lot to her.
Hmm. And the
Um,
muscles.
yeah.
Because I got muscles too, but I don't want to use them. So anyway, you want to ask a question? Did you want to
Um,
pick our winner?
no, hold on. Before we move on, we wanted to let you guys know that because this is our first podcast, we felt like it was uh, like it's a good opportunity for us to do a little giveaway,
Yeah.
right? A little giveaway. What should we give away?
To the one who has a question or just the regular giveaway?
A regular giveaway.
Because we're gonna do two giveaways. One, I promised for whoever asked the best question on Instagram, which that's already closed. We're gonna tell you who it is. And the second one is gonna be chosen. How are we gonna choose it? Announce it later on another
Yeah,
video, or
no, we could well the which one?
like the when they comment on this
Oh
one?
yeah, yeah. So it would be, I guess you could do a separate video,
Okay.
right? Give them a like a couple of days to watch the video, um, and yeah, we could do a separate video. We could do an Instagram post or a TikTok post. All her social media links are going to be in the bottom in the description. Um, so we'll announce the winner of this giveaway in this video of this video in one of her social media posts. So follow her to keep an eye out if you want. And it's easy. All you need to do is like the video, you need to comment, and you need to subscribe. She has a lot of viewers, but not everybody is subscribed. Right?
So don't be a lazy at hoe and subscribe. Because the reason why I'm saying don't be lazy is because sometimes people don't like or subscribe because they're not logged into their account. They haven't made an account. They just watch, which is cool, honey. But just type in your little information and make an account and subscribe,
Yeah.
please. Because that's the only way that you're going to be able to win these giveaways. So what we were thinking, we talked about this earlier. We're going to be giving away a bling adhesive cluster gel bling bundle. So that's gonna include everything you need to do bling nail. Okay, like a little kit. And El Jefe will put the fucking picture in here somewhere.
Yeah. Right.
All right.
Now.
That's gonna be our first giveaway. Every time we do one of these podcasts, we're gonna have something different. And
yeah. So
no international.
yeah. Well, do you do an international?
Okay, fine. We could do an international giveaway, but you're gonna pay the shipping. That shit's expensive. What do you think? It's because it's kind of hard because some places don't really accept like certain items, you know.
That's true. That's
like
true.
liquids
And this is
stuff.
liquid in a glass bottle. It's a little
kind of tough.
Kind of tough.
And one thing that I'm gonna mention, because I used to do giveaways a lot here on YouTube and everywhere, do not let people scam you, because once there's a giveaway in a caption or a video, these scammers come and they steal my fucking name and they steal my little picture, and add a little extra S or something where they'll start asking you for money. So do not believe them.
We will never ask you guys for money in exchange for a giveaway or a prize.
Not so us asking right now for shit.
Yeah.
So I will announce it in a video. Okay, I'm not gonna comment congratulations.
I think the easiest thing for us to do is, since the first time, I think just keep it like US only, because it gets a little hard to transport that item, the activator. Maybe later on, if it's not liquid, a giveaway that is not
like an acrylic something,
then we could open it up a little bit more.
Yeah,
but because it's the activator, it's a little bit tough.
But yeah, like I said, do not fall for it, because trust me, you get excited and you're like, oh my god, I can't wait to get my shit, and then they scam you, because somebody did get scammed before.
That happened to Patrick, actually. Patrick is our kid, but Patrick told me that he won, I think he said a gift card or some Roblox money or whatever, and he told me that it wasn't so and so, and I told him to double check because there's a lot of scams, and next thing you know, he said it was a scam. So
so sad.
Happens to a
lot. It could happen to anybody, because we just so excited, we want to win, you know. But yeah,
so like, comment, and subscribe on this video for a chance to win that giveaway. As for the other giveaway, we'll let you know in this video who won, because it was a separate video that she made where she was asking you guys to submit questions for this podcast, and she did in fact write them down, and we're gonna let you guys know who she picked. And
we should just make that be the first question.
Yeah, we could do that, but we'll do that right now. And so this is just a little intro to our podcast. Okay, so we're gonna start with a couple questions. The first one is the question that Sulai picked as the giveaway winner. She had a very interesting question, entertaining, and
it includes both of us.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure that the winner of this question would include both of us, not just me, you know? She did ask, everybody asked not good questions, but it was mostly directed towards me. So for our first question, I felt like we should both interact a little.
Yeah. So her name is Caitlin. I think her username would be Kate.D.1619. On Instagram. Was it Instagram? Yeah. So it's on Instagram. So Caitlin, right? Congratulations.
You want the bling bling, honey.
And this is her question. She asked, if you won the lottery, what is the first thing you would buy? Right? So, what is the first thing you would buy?
A coffee. Just kidding.
A
Okay.
coffee or a coffee shop?
Ooh. I'd probably invest in a Dutch Bros franchise if they
Yeah,
allowed.
we have Dutch Bros here, but we're not sponsored by Dutch Bros.
Yeah, no,
So
I think they're a private owned family company or whatever. I googled once.
we just like their coffee.
But one thing, the one of the first things I will fucking buy if I won the lottery would be fucking houses, bitch. House prop retail, no, not retail. What is it called? Real estate.
Real estate.
Yeah, because bitch, you can never go wrong with that.
So you invest
Yeah,
or you buy houses for your family?
and fuck my family. I'm
No,
just kidding.
like so.
No, just I'll probably buy a house for my mom so she can go live where they want for my dad. But like my cousins, fuck all of y'all.
No, but what I'm trying to say is, so you're trying to reinvest your money. So
Yeah,
you're not gonna go
yeah.
splurge.
No, no,
Okay.
bitch. I don't think I got nothing I want to buy yet. Cause I can think, but that'd be the first thing I do: buy property
Yeah. Well, it's because
and donate to little kids with cancer.
the buying the property, I get you, because I remember in our business classes, that's the one thing they push on us that real estate is where the money's at. Right.
Mm-hmm.
At in this point of time, I don't know if it's still a good
I don't know.
investment,
That's just what I
right?
will do first.
But yeah, because if you think about it, if you have a good apartment complex and renting it out, you can make some good money, right?
What about you?
As for me, it's funny because Sulai has, well, she hasn't asked me, but I've asked her this kind of scenario before, and I told her my answer. My answer is, I think it's always going to be the same answer. Is I would take $1 million for. I'll give $1 million to every single uh, person in my family, even extended family, because it's not that I want to show off or I want to like
¿Me das a mí también?
just throw my money, right? But I feel like by giving my family members some money to free them from having to think about how I'm gonna pay rent, how I'm gonna pay my expenses, stuff like that, they can live just a little bit more happier, and they could do some the things that they like to do. Because I have a lot of family members, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys uh think the same way. Um, we're just a couple of thousands of dollars away from being able to breathe,
Mm-hmm.
right, and relax a little bit, and so we can start enjoying life. Because nowadays, it's crazy. It's crazy. Everything's super expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it feels like we're drowning in our debt and everything. And I feel like giving them $1 million can free them up, and they can breathe, and they can start doing the things they like, right? But the one thing I did tell you that I would require them to do, and I don't know if it's a little controversial or not. Um, I told them that I would need them to take a financial of what is it? Financial, what did you used to call it in school?
I don't
Financial
remember.
education class,
Uh-huh.
right?
They'll be like, "Vete a la
This
verga
is
con
this
esa
is a
education."
class that helps you like explain to you about investing
Mm-hmm.
and then assets and liabilities and stuff like that, right? Because not a lot of us know how to like balance our finances,
Mm-hmm.
right? And $1 million is a lot of money at one time.
They go wrong real quick.
Yeah, they can go and they're just gonna buy I don't know, like $1 million is enough for a Lambo, right? I don't know. I don't know.
I'm
I
not
don't
sure how
know,
much
right?
that costs. Alexa, how much is a Lamborghini?
Yeah. There you
Okay,
go.
shut up, Alexa.
Alexa, stop.
And I'm not selfish either, okay? Before anybody be like, damn, Zilay's so selfish as how she wouldn't share with her family. My family is not like his. My family were bitches, okay? They always put us down. So fuck everybody in our family that did us dirty when we're fucking poor.
Well, we'll get more into our like a little bit more into our personal lives in a little bit, but yeah. So when I'm talking about $1 million to each of my family members, and I've already told them some of them, so some of them wish me luck,
Hell
like they want
yeah.
me to play the lottery and
Even
everything,
I want you
right?
to win to give
But
me
yeah,
a
I told
million.
them like let's say for example, I have a cousin. She
Me
has three
too.
daughters. I'll give her 1 million, and I'll give each of her daughters 1 million. So she's already getting 4 million right there, opposed
Damn.
to one of my cousins that's
But you
not
don't even play the
doesn't
lottery,
have
so
any.
how are you gonna
Yeah,
win?
he'll only get 1 million. Yeah, I don't play the lottery.
Hey, but
I
who
play
knows?
scratchers here and there, but it just my mentality goes towards helping them because sometimes I do see it that they want to do a lot of things, but they can't, and that's not just them; it's a lot of people. So if I win $1 million,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sorry, if I win the lottery, I don't need all that money, right? Half of it will go towards helping them, and then the other half would go for me to do some things, right? And one other thing I do want to do also is I
Give
want to
me a
help.
BBL.
I want to, yeah, I want to help kids because I've always had like sympathy for kids because some kids are born in difficult situations and it's not their fault. Not their fault. Or they get taken advantage of or abused and stuff like that, and
Mm-hmm.
it's not their fault, right? So I would donate to those causes, yeah, especially feeding them,
And doggies.
yeah, and what else?
Yeah. Go back to
I'll
sleep,
make a
honey.
donation in Lenny's name.
Yeah. So I think that's what we would do. So who knows? Maybe baby Jesus has a lotto in store for us.
Hopefully, but for that to happen, I have to start playing.
Yeah, that's true. I don't play it either, so fuck. No wonder we're not winning.
I play honestly. I only play when the news tells us that it's at almost one
Fucking a
billion.
billion. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the only time I'll play, and that's because my mom and my suegra go over here. My mother-in-law
They
go over
be
here and they
pressuring
push
us.
us.
Did you
Yeah,
already play? Did you already buy? I'm like, no.
yeah, ya,
For somebody who likes to gamble, we're not gambling.
ya compraste tu boleto, and I'm
No,
like,
todavía
not
no.
yet.
But we should. We should all do it. And we would like to know too, what would you buy if you won the lotto?
Yeah,
So comment
so
the
so that's the question that you guys can answer because you know how the giveaway is like, comment, subscribe. You can
mm-hmm,
comment your answer, and that counts towards your the requirements for your entry for the giveaway.
mm-hmm.
That easy.
And if you guys want to have more entries, tell your fucking cousin, your hubby, somebody to comment in a different profile and like.
Yeah,
Okay,
that'll give
question.
you more. That'll give you more
Entries. How
entries.
will
Yeah.
we know, bitch? How will we
Mhm.
know?
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next question. This question was uh, some questions that we thought of. Right, try to keep it entertaining.
I
Um,
didn't think about it.
this is a nail question, so it doesn't really apply to me, but I'll try to answer it as
Okay, what is it?
okay. So the question is, what are your pet peeves when doing nails? Pet peeves, for those of you that don't know, those are those things that annoy you when you're doing nails on clients.
One thing that I fucking hate when I'm doing nails on a client is when they fucking slouch. Like, let's say we're doing nails, right? And they're over here trying to like be cholas and shit. And then you keep repositioning them, and then they fucking still trying to be all comfortable. And it's like, bitch, you want your nails to be fucking straight or
Trying
not?
to lean like a chola.
Uh-huh. That's one thing. Another thing is when they don't fucking stop moving in the chair, like they're gonna ants in their fucking pants, or when they fucking chew like loud. I hate that shit.
If I was a nail tech, I think one thing that would annoy me is I like if while I would be doing their nails would be that they're eating.
Oh yeah.
Like if they're eating while I'm doing their nails, doesn't matter what it is. It's the fact that they're eating, they're chewing, moving a lot. It's like
No. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but stop giving your fucking clients snacks. Because okay, we all started there. I used to have like drinks, a whole refrigerator for them, which is cool and everything. But I just feel like at some point it gets out of control because they either expect it all the time, they want it for their fucking kids to go and everything.
that's true.
It gets
I
expensive.
remember she had clients where they'll be like, "Do you have snacks?"
Yeah, like
Like,
bitch, didn't you just come from your fucking house? What do you mean? You should have brought me a fucking snack, bitch. You should have brought me a snack. I'm
which some
sorry.
girls do,
Hmm.
and
Hmm. Thank you to my
like
clients who bring
yeah,
me,
some girls do
I
it.
would say, Dutchie,
I'll go,
Starbies.
I'll go pick up Sulai, and I see that somebody brought her a coffee, or
Hmm.
somebody brought her like a little
A
bread or
little
something, and she's
panecito.
thankful. I'm
I've even had,
thankful because I don't have to go get her
I've had people bring me a taco from their house, but
tamales. I remember.
ajá, yeah, tamal de frijol que me dieron. I was like, oh, girl, that looks like shit, but it was so good. I was like, where'd you buy this from? But anyway, like I was saying, do not be feeding your clients snacks, like letting them eat, because all of that will cause lifting, unless they're gonna eat the chips or whatever. But I don't know. I just feel like when you come to a nail appointment, you should already been fed. You know, like if I haven't ate, you ain't gonna eat either. That's fucked up. It's like no comas enfrente de los pobres, mija. You know? I don't know. That's just what I think. What do you guys think?
Yeah, and yeah, the reason I say the eating also, because from what she's taught me about doing nails, the oil on your hands and on your nail beds affect the product you put on it, so they
Mm-hmm.
can lift easier. And then I think you had clients that go and tell you, my nail lifted like a couple of days
Yes.
after.
So, okay, let me tell you guys story time real quick. So, when I was a beginner, I didn't know that those things would cause lifting or anything like that. It never even crossed my brain. So I had a client eating nachos, okay? I had just prepped her nails. We had already even put nail tips on, and she was eating her nachos with her two little fingers, right? So tell me why. I think I had already been doing nails for about 2 years. So I was had already experienced. The nails didn't fall off easily, and she spent a good amount of money. I just don't remember how much it was, but she was like, "Girl, my nail fell off or whatever," and it had already been like a week or less than a week, and I was like, what the fuck, like what do you mean your nail fell off? And then another one, and then I was like, que vergüenza, Marta. Like, I was embarrassed as a nail tech. I was like, what the hell? Like, she was really making me feel bad without making me feel bad. And she was like, oh well, this I she was like, well, I paid a lot of money, like, can you fix them or like give me a discount next time or whatever? So I was like, oh my god, like I was already like, dude, I failed. So I was like, whatever, yeah, I think I fixed her nails and I gave her like $20 her next appointment or whatever. But then I was like, bitch, what hand were you eating with your nachos? And then I was like, this fucking bitch was eating with those two fucking fingers. So then I told her, I'm like, girl, you were eating with your fucking fingers when you clearly had a fork or whatever. But I guess it just tastes better with your fingers. I don't
I
know.
could imagine her.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And then another different time, some other girl was pregnant and she had her little pan, her little loaves from Starbucks. And I after this first one, I was like, hell no, I'm not gonna let people eat because it causes lifting, right? So the only reason why I let her and it didn't really, I didn't remember 100% was because she was pregnant, her little baby hungry, and she needed her little pan. So again, this time she used three fingers. She was grabbing them, eating it or whatever. And those fucking loaves have hella oil, bitch. So anyway, that evening she texted me she lost a nail, like it just popped off. So then I was like, what the fuck? Like, how do you know fall off? And then she sent me a picture and it's lick. Like there was no ripping damage or whatever. So I was like, what the fuck? And then she lost another one until she lost all three. And I was like, no, this is not normal. What the hell? So then I was like, which hand were you eating your bread with? And it was the same hand. So after that, I was like, nope, there's no more eating here. Well, at least while we haven't put the acrylic, you know? So it's good to explain to your clients too the reason why. And like I said before, they should have been eating. Like, you're only gonna be at your nail appointment for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours max. So if you're hungry, imagine how hungry I am. I've been here all day. And I mean, if you have a good relationship with your clients, you can take a little break and eat together, like a love on. But don't fucking eat.
And no slouch.
Yeah, no slouching. That's things that I hate. Like you guys could text on your phone or whatever you want. Oh, one more thing that I fucking hate, and I don't know why people do this, is that when the armrest is on, and then you're like trying to text, but your phone's over here, and you're like bitch,
They're,
move your fucking phone over here. Like
they're
what the
trying to
fuck?
play Twister or what?
Like what the fuck, bitch? Just get your phone and move it over here. And it's like they don't think at the moment they're like bitch, you're moving,
So,
honey.
so what kind of client is your favorite client?
The one that stays still like this the whole time.
Ponles Netflix y ahí que están ahí.
No, hombre. I used to think that if they fell asleep, they'd be a perfect client, but don't let them fall asleep either because, girl, they get really stiff. Telling you from experience because I've done all of that. But yeah.
Yeah. But since I don't do nails, I don't do clients, I haven't gotten there yet. But yeah, I can imagine somebody eating in front of me. Actually, we just went to Dodger Stadium yesterday, and some girl was eating a hot dog next to Sulai, and I could smell it. And I'm like, it smells good, but like
with fumes and everything.
Like, no, I don't want to smell food while I'm working.
Another thing that I hate is when people are late. I fucking hate when people are late and you don't communicate. Would that be a pet peeve or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate when people are late and they don't communicate. That just irks me. Or when they leave me hanging.
That's overall. Not just nails, but overall. They don't communicate.
I fucking hate that shit. Don't do that to me, bitch.
Yeah, we're all adults. Should be able to communicate with each other.
I left people outside of the salon before.
When
they'll be late. So here, let me chismecito time real quick. Even
Look,
though it's not part of
and these stories that she's telling, she's not trying to burn out anybody.
No, I'm not gonna tell you guys
it's
names.
just her experience right now. It's her experiences she just likes to share.
Yeah, because you gotta teach them or whatever. And then I don't remember these stories all the time. It's just they just come to my head and I remember. So I don't know, 7 years ago, I used to have a late fee, right? Because bitches will be hella late all the time. They'll be like, oh, I'm on my way, I'm on my way. And you're like, okay, well, wait, because you want to do the service or whatever. This was when I didn't really have clients yet. I was barely starting to fill up. And this lady will be 30 minutes late. And it's like, dude, if you would have said you're 30 minutes late, I could have gone to McDonald's or something, So then this started to happen often with a lot of clients. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to charge you a fucking $10, $15 late fee. And I didn't really want to charge them late fees, but I just wanted to scare them so they could be on time. So then what I started to do was after their 15-minute grace period, I would leave. I'll be like, okay, well, you're not here, bitch. I'm locking the fucking room, the whole salon, and I'm taking off to McDonald's. And so a couple of my clients will cuss me the fuck out because they'll be pulling in when I was already leaving. They're like, I'm already here. I'm like, bitch, deuces. I don't give a fuck. Right? At the same time, I was risking it that they will never come back. But then after, when I explained to them, like, dude, if you would have just communicated with me 20 minutes ago when you knew you were not going to make it on time, I could have fucking ate. I could have slept in a little bit more or something, So more of the story here was like communication. And then one of them, the funniest one, was this lady did it to me twice. 2 times where she was late.
But was this the lady that you accidentally texted?
No.
Tell that one.
Okay. So when I used to work at my mom's house, okay, so before I started working in a salon, I used to do nails outside of my mom's house. And she was late. Actually, she's the one who started to teach me that, bitch, when they tell you they're late, they're gonna be late. So this fucking lady, I think it was her second time. She texted me like, I had to reset up my table. So I would go outside. My mom had my dad had a little a canopy. And I would set my little table where I work and one on the side and my little luggage of shit. Literally outside in front where everybody could see me because that was the only space I had for nails. So I had already set it up, and she texted me like, "Hey girl, I'm gonna be late. I'm a little hungover, so I have to get something to eat. Like, where's somewhere good to eat?" And I'm like, "Are you fucking serious, bitch?" Like, let's pretend her appointment was at 9, because I don't remember what time it was. It was already 9:01, and she was texting me this. So I'm over here
It's
texting
crazy.
El Jefe, "This fucking bitch is gonna be fucking late," and I don't know what. And then I send it to her because I don't know if it still happens, but when you're like texting, sometimes you open when the text comes in,
No, I think
something
what
like that.
happened to you, because what happens to me sometimes, like I'm already thinking who am I gonna send it to. Like for example, I'm gonna send something to Sulai, but I didn't realize that the last person I texted was my brother. But I'm already thinking like what I'm gonna tell Sulai, and it was more important what I want to tell her, that I don't notice that I just opened the app and I'm texting,
Hmm.
I typing in, and then when I press send, I realize that, oh, I sent it to my
Well, I
brother.
don't know what the fuck happened, but I was texting her like, "This fucking bitch is gonna be fucking late," and witty witty witty. I don't remember the rest. And then she texts me back like, "Were you?" I forgot what she said, but pretty much she was like, "Did you just call me a bitch or something like that?" And I was like, "Ooh, girl, I'm gonna get my ass whooped or whatever." And then I was like, "Fuck, what the fuck do I say?"
But you were in your house and you have a big dog right there, so
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But I was like, "Oh my goonies," or whatever. So then I was like, "Oh, MG, like, fuck, 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 what do I do? Like, this bitch knows where I live." And so what I decided to do was to apologize, right? But I was like, "Well, that text was about you, but it wasn't for you, like for your eyes." And then I told her like, "Sorry," or whatever. And then she was like, "Well, I'm glad you're showing your true colors. I'm gonna take my money elsewhere." And I don't know what the fuck. And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not trying to apologize to you for you to come back, because clearly you don't appreciate my time, and like you're not taking me serious."
mhm.
Which I understand. I did work in front of the house. I wouldn't take myself serious either. But
No, but still, it's your time too. So
yeah. But for me, I was like, "Dude, I'm gonna get blasted out here." So I packed all my shit and I went inside. I was like, "Fuck that shit." And so here, this is your sign. If you work from home, be careful who you invite to your house,
that's
who
true.
you service, because people crazy. You never know.
Hmm.
Luckily for me, that lady was mature. She was probably not a lady. She was probably our age right now. But she wasn't crazy to that point. Because have you guys seen where they go and light their cars on fire and shit?
Oh yeah.
Just for something stupid? Like,
Well, I'm pretty sure you hurt some feelings,
oh, I hurt
but
plenty feelings
at
before.
the end, I think it was better that you just like she just stopped coming to you, because imagine you didn't do anything about it. You just basically telling her you could keep doing it, and she'll keep on doing it, and then later on you wouldn't know how to tell her. That's it. You know what?
Hmm.
That I have enough. I had enough.
Yeah, so later on in the future, like 2 years later, when I started to get the same people who are always late, 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 all the time. Like, there's a grace period for a fucking reason for an emergency. It's not like, "Bitch, you could be late all the time." So I was like, "No, I need to nip this in the butt, and I need to teach them like, dude, this my time is precious, so you're not gonna take it serious. We're gonna cancel your appointment, and then you're gonna learn." And some of my clients, they cussed me out a couple times in their head. They didn't tell me anything, but the next time they came on time, or if they did run a little late, they communicated a little. Like, "Hey, it's late, da 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 da," which for me is fine. Like, "Bitch, I don't want you to be late, but if you are, communicate so I could have at least gone to get a cafecito."
Yeah, and like the pet peeves aren't there so that I could be picky about her clients. Like for example, she can be like, "Oh, I don't want you to do this. I don't want you to do that. I don't want." Like she's just basically thinking about her time, her just herself, right? Overall, because um, it's her job. It's her
Hmm.
job, right? And then some girls are gonna come in and take advantage, right? And she's just filtering out those people that are just not worth it.
Yeah, so if you guys are starting already a nail business, like you're trying to do nails, you're already doing nails, that's something to keep in mind. Do not let them continue to do what you dislike. So have boundaries from the beginning, And in the big, well, I guess it takes some time to build courage to set those boundaries. Because the first year or two, you're like, bitch, I just want to do nails. You're just eager to start and to make some money and get the practice, and you're willing to let people step all over you. But I don't think you should do that,
Yeah.
from my experience.
And if you guys hear a little bell in the background,
It's
it's our
dinner.
little parrot. He's asking for service. Patrick's not paying attention to him, but yeah, that's the parrot.
Hmm.
Maybe he'll make an appearance, maybe not. We'll
Hmm.
see.
Yeah, his name is Mango, by the way.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna move on to another question. This one's another question that we came up with. Try to keep it interesting, entertaining. This one says,
No,
"What?"
somebody else asked that question.
Oh, this you got it from.
Instagram.
Well, maybe it's a hybrid, both. Well, the question would be, what would you be doing if you weren't working in your business? So, what would you be doing if you weren't a nail tech or selling nail product?
That's a really good question. I've been asked this a lot of times and I have no fucking idea what I would be doing. But I have always wanted to be a teacher or fucking a psychologist, so I guess I'm okay doing it. I just not good at school, so girl, you can never catch me doing
Like
that.
you wouldn't go and continue
No,
school to pursue a career.
no. I need to be realistic with myself. I can't handle reading. I hate fucking reading, puts me to sleep. I think I would definitely be selling something
Mm.
myself. My nice.
I was about to say
Be like
this.
millions.
Please
I'm kidding.
explain because we're gonna get the wrong idea.
I don't know. I think I would be good at sales of something. I don't know anything. I'm pretty good at chatting. Should I go back to Jack in the Box?
when when I used to work for in retail and I was the manager and I had to hire people, I keep an eye on their personality because I always thought that females made a good cashier because they're so nice, they talk, they wouldn't be how do you say, they wouldn't be shy about who they're charging, who they're helping out. Opposed to guys just would like to hide in the back and
Mm-hmm.
fix the shoes.
Oh, I
And
know. I would want to be a waitress.
I was gonna say that I think you would have been a good cashier.
Okay, cashier,
Because,
waitress, something where I have to talk to people.
yeah, because it
I like
sounds.
talking to people.
Yeah, she does. She does. Her mom used to say that she wouldn't shut up as a little kid.
Yeah, and if you could tip me even better, eh? Dude, I'm so good of a cashier that when I was working at Jack in the Box, I had just left my cashier position to sweep the dining room and I got a tip of $1. And it was a lady. This lady was like, "Ten me hand." I was like, "The fuck are you giving me this for? Like, get it, you know?" And she's like, I forgot what she told me, but I was like, oh, "Can I keep it?" Like back then, $1 would equivalent to like five or something,
Equivalent to five.
right?
$1 was worth more back then.
Yeah, because we were getting paid $8 an hour. Minimum
A
wage is
chicken
like,
sandwich was $1, and that was $1 was a free chicken sandwich. So like,
And then they told me I couldn't keep it. I was like,
so sad.
lame. Yeah.
So sad. Yeah, but I remember when we used to work in Jack in the Box together. I was the cashier in the drive-through, and she was just the cashier in the front and the lobby. And they would tell me to try to be more energetic. I talk to people, even to the point where they wanted me to ask them, "Hi, how are you?" Like, and wait for their answer,
No,
not
no,
just
they
be
used to make us say, "Hi, my name is Zulay. Welcome to Jack in the Box. Would you like to try a new McChicken sandwich or whatever?"
like stuff like that. And I always thought that
Where the fuck they gotta know my
like
name?
they don't need to. I don't think they're there to talk to us about their day or to explain to us how their day is going or anything. So I think they're just there to get their food and go eat, right? I'm pretty sure some people will find it annoying that like, why is this bro like asking me for like how was my day,
I just take
right?
my fucking order. Dude.
Yeah, but I hesitated to do it, but Sulai no, Sulai will do it
I
right
would
away.
even have my radio voice and everything. Like, I don't even know how to do it no more. But even my family didn't know it was me taking the order.
Yeah, so eventually they kicked me out to
Así
the
como la
kitchen.
enamoré.
They kicked me out to the kitchen because I wouldn't do it, and they put her to replace me. Right? And they only kicked me out to the kitchen because I got caught twice by the what is it called, the district manager. District manager came twice, different days, through the drive-through, and I didn't do procedure, and he just smiled at me and told me what happened, right? And I smiled back, and I told him I'm not like that. So
Noche.
he didn't want to fire me because I was a good employee. So they just decided to move me to the back, right? Which I was good at too because anywhere you put me, I was good at.
And if anybody in here works at McDonald's, any fast food in the drive-through, please stop asking anything else. I used to do that all the time, and the manager, when they did the secret shopper or whatever, they'd be like, "There's no anything else on the menu," and I was like, "Bitch, you know what I'm talking about." But now as an adult, I get it. That shit's annoying. I'm not done ordering.
That's a pet peeve of hers, but not
In a
no.
drive-through. But I have hella patience because, girl, if I had myself as a worker.
But as for me, if I wasn't working for Suleim, I already told her this a long time ago. As soon as she fires me, I will get up and go ask for work at the golf course.
Oh yeah.
At the golf course.
Fire.
Right? I'll go and I'll tell them, can I have a job, even if it's part time? Like, I would love to be at the golf course all day, every day. Right? In my break, go and get a bucket of balls and go hit them in the range. Right? Get on the little trolley that they have in the little carrito and collect the balls and watch them as they try to hit me. Right? I would love to be doing that. Go 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and cut the grass. The smell of fresh cut grass, and like just be out there. And then after work, tell them, hey, can I do a run? Like, go get my clubs from my car, right, and do a run, right? I'm pretty sure it would be for free because I work there, but yeah, that'd be my dream job, right?
Damn, I must not have a dream job then.
Well,
I don't know.
It's not like it wouldn't be a financially stable job. Right? Obviously, they wouldn't pay that good. I wouldn't be making bank, but I'll be happy.
But that's the thing. That's the thing that I tell people too, like my little clients or whatever. I was just having this conversation with one of my clients' daughters. Like, something that we've learned is the more money you make, the more responsibility you're gonna have. So is it worth it? I mean, you might say, hell yeah, because I'm trying to make some money. That's good for you. But like, I believe you should do something that you love, that, because honey, you ain't trying to go to a hospital because you're stressed out, especially like when you're management. I could never do that. I will not be good at management. He does.
I was all right. I wasn't the best. I had a hard time trying to. It's kind of like Michael Scott. For those of you that watched The Office, I had a hard time trying to like split them between like, are you my friend or are you my employee, right? And it took me a while to learn. They're not my friends, right? Sadly, they're not my friends. Like, yeah, we're cool and everything, but they're my employees. And at the end of the day, it's a business. They need to know their role. I need to know my role, or else we're all gonna get in trouble.
And this applies to nail techs as well, or any business you have. You cannot be friends with your clients. You can try it, but coming from experience, there's people who don't understand that there's a line. Like, I literally got in a fight. Well, not like fist fight, but like I had arguments with a client because she thought she was my friend, and I kind of thought so too. And this was years ago, because she wouldn't get it. Like, she would go without paying me. She would fucking be late. I remember. And then she tried to like
her mom
give me attitude, and I'm like,
can I pay you on Friday for the nails you do today?
Or in 2 weeks when I get paid?
And so like we have to be chasing her down for her payment.
I didn't have to chase her, like she knew.
Just remind her.
But just the fact that she felt cool enough to do that was not right. I mean, it was kind of hard for me too at the time to say like, ooh, but I did have to put down my foot and tell her, like, we can't do this. We can't continue to do this. And this is just an example because I'm sure it gets worse when you deal with like family and friends. But my point here is do not become too buddy buddies. Like, yeah, have a good time with your client at the moment, but I don't think you should become friends because it can get bad.
Mm-hmm.
And she's not my client no more, so
Yeah, and none of the employee friends that I had back then are currently speaking to me. So like at the end, yeah.
I was sad. I'd be sad when I was kind of like friends with my clients and then they disappear. I'd be like, like a little heart breakup. I'll be sad. So I don't get attached no more.
So since we're already here, let me ask another question.
Okay.
Since we're working together, we talked about what we would be doing if we weren't working in this business. But since we're both working together, how do you feel about us working together? Like it's been how many years? Like around 8? Yeah,
I
eight
don't know how
years. It's
many
gonna be
years.
8 years because it's like 2017.
Well, I feel fine, normal, but he the one with the problem.
So how am I the one with the problem?
He got a problem with me because I annoy
No,
him.
Sulai is a little walking tornado.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she comes by, and I make fun of her a lot with this. Let's just say I finish cleaning or organizing, and we have a workstation big enough for both of us to have our space. My station has like the essentials. I could just grab things like
Mm-hmm.
the bling cases right here, right? Grab it. Um, her, she has some other items on her station,
Okay.
but
I always
let's
have a mess.
let's just say she was doing something, she left a mess. I go and I will clean it for her, organize it, and wipe it down and everything. She comes in and instead of looking at it like, oh, my little section looks clean, thank you, she says, ooh, I have a space now. Now I
Mm-hmm.
could make a mess again.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what gets me a little annoyed.
But it's a part of me. You know what you married?
No. And I'm starting to realize that because my mother-in-law over here, I have my patio furniture outside. She uses it, and she's allowed to use it. It's all of ours. But I feel like she messes with my OCD, and she goes and she uses the chair and she leaves it like how the way she moved it. She
Mm-hmm.
leaves it there. I have it organized in a way so that we can pass through without bumping into it or whatever. I always like a space for us to walk through, and she just leaves it there. She just leaves it turned around. Everything. It's not symmetrical. It's not doesn't look nice. Whatever. But I go outside and I fix it.
Yeah.
And
I
then the
get
next
it
day,
from my
the same
mama.
thing.
I
The
get
same thing.
it from
So
my
I feel
mama.
like if that's my mother-in-law, July does it. Even Patrick does it sometimes. So like I think it's just in their genes,
Yeah.
right? But it does get me annoyed, right? But other than that, um, I guess July works like that because she says that she has an organized mess.
Yeah. Like sometimes there's an item in an order that hasn't been ordered in a while. Like it's an ancient item or something that's not that popular, right? That haven't used in a while. And then he'll be like, where's this? And then I'll be
Yeah, I
like, oh,
have
it's
no
over here.
idea what they're.
It's over here. I know where it's at. It's over here under this and that.
Pumpkin spice something acrylic, and I'm like,
What the heck? Dude?
what? I haven't seen that in like over a year. Do we
Or a
still have that?
charm or like a crystal, but I know where it's at.
Yeah, and yeah, I'll be like, I don't want to bother her. Like sometimes she's not here, I'll call her and she'll be like, oh, it's in this aisle, and I'm
Look
like,
here under this.
yeah. So I guess yeah, it's an organized mess. But that's just one thing. Other than that, yeah, it's cool working with her.
Pleasure to having class.
Yeah, like so I will pass by and like sexual harassment. I tell her that I'm gonna tell the boss. She'll grab me. She'll pinch me. She'll do stuff to me, and I feel like,
hey, you shouldn't be saying
hey,
this. I'm gonna get hit up by HR now.
Right?
Hey, just kidding. I am
Um,
HR.
yeah, like should be doing that, and in a real job, obviously you can't do
You
that,
can't do that. You
right?
can't do
Or
that,
you
honey.
shouldn't be doing that. But yeah, so she'll be doing that,
Hmm.
and yeah, like we would talk about things, personal, things that are happening in the news or whatever, right? Sometimes we'll be talking to our family members, like we'll have Reina on the phone.
Yeah,
Reina's
so
her
if you guys
sister.
get a messed up order, you know why.
Uh,
Hey,
Sometimes I'll be watching YouTube while I'm doing orders, so that's why I mess up
he's
sometimes. Or
dyslexic, guys.
and I'm dyslexic a little bit.
You saw that finger.
Right? Or I'll be talking to my mom, like I'll have her on FaceTime and everything, and she's telling me the chisme about my aunt, about my
The
cousin, talking
tea.
smack about my brothers, right?
Damn, not the
But
talking
like I'm
smack
not
of.
calling out my mom, but you know, like
She needs to vet.
yeah,
She needs to.
yeah. And so sometimes yeah, we'll be doing different things. And so life's right there and she's listening. Same thing with her, like she'll be talking to her sister and I'm right there listening and right. But the most important thing I think is that we can tolerate each other.
Yeah,
Right.
and then too, I feel like because we're different but alike at the same time, we get along pretty good. Because
Hmm.
it's good for him to have more organization skills, but then I'm more
Yeah,
like the creative
we
mind.
I guess we balance each other. Like I said, she likes to make a mess. I don't mind cleaning it. I don't like to deal with customers that much, even though, like I said, I have customer experience.
So I get yelled at in the emails.
She goes and does, yeah, like I mess up and she has to resolve it. So in a way,
Hmm.
she fixes my problem. So
Yeah,
right,
like, oh my god, how embarrassing! Look at so and so. They're missing two
and
items. How did this happen?
I'll be like, no, 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 she's wrong. She's wrong. Tell her to double check. Tell her that
Hmm.
it wasn't my fault.
Like
Or like for
how?
example, she orders product. I have no idea what you guys like. I have no idea what's hip and trending in the nail industry. I just receive it and I put it away, right? So she does all that. So
Hmm.
yeah, we balance. We're not with each other 24/7. Like even after work, when we clock out, I go up to the second floor and she's in her nail room, and I do
Hmm.
my things up there. So in a way, we do give each other space. So we're not together all the time, and I think that works out. It works out a lot.
It's time to say goodbye. Your turn. Goodbye. This is the end of our first episode. And don't forget, if you guys haven't already liked the video, give us a little like. Don't forget to answer the question if you want to be entered for the giveaway. So, and the question is, what's the question? Yes. What would you do if you won the lottery? Comment below, and we're gonna be picking a lucky winner on our next video. If you guys skip forward because you're fucking bored
Maybe not in our next video, but
on our
we make
net pod,
we make a
yeah, we'll let you know. Again, don't fall for no scammers or nothing like that. If I don't post it on my YouTube, then don't believe it. Okay. Um, what else?
thanks for watching.
Yeah,
We'll try to do
ya
this
tengo hambre, güey.
maybe once a month, right?
Mhm.
Because we don't want to bore you guys either. Right? Or let us know. Let us know if you guys liked it. We'll try to do it more often. But I would say something about try having your interest try having like client,
Uh huh. That would be
sibling,
funny.
maybe um,
Somebody interesting for sure.
neighbor. You want to come? Eh.
Somebody interesting that has like, I wanted to say business also, but fun. So we could also like play a game here and there. You know, like,
Maybe.
maybe we should ask her because you know what? Like sometimes there's like hidden gems, and you know, like we don't, anything that we can share will be great. Like I said, El Jefe is one of them with his knowledge. You know, we gotta pick his little brain. Y'all think I'm smart? We don't know what these people are hiding in their little brain.
Yeah. Help us pick a name for this podcast.
Oh
And
yeah.
we're still trying to figure that out. This first episode might not have a name, but help us pick them.
Yeah, and hopefully we could do this for a long time, because we like to chismecito. All right, say goodbye, Lenny.
Bye, Lenny.
Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I know I slept too much today,
Again, like, comment, and subscribe. All right. Bye.
guys. Bye.
Side duck. Side duck.